Since the creation of the Ballon d'Or, it has become the most sought-after individual award in football. Only the best players have won it. But did you know there's another award that's far more exclusive? Oh yes, there is, and it's called the Super Ballon d'Or. Hold on, I know what you're thinking. What in the world is the Super Ballon d'Or, and how come no one has heard of it? Well, the reason you've never heard of this extremely rare prize is because it was originally planned to be awarded just once every 30 years. More so, there has only ever been one winner in its entire history. Now I know you'd like to know more about this strange award, so allow me to give you a little breakdown about how it came into existence. France Football magazine created the regular Ballon d'Or award in 1956. I can't believe I just called the Ballon d'Or regular. Anyway, since then, the award has been handed out every year to the very best players in Europe. Yeah, at the initial stages of the Ballon d'Or, only European players were eligible to win it, which means soccer legends like Pelé and Maradona never got a taste of it. Fast forward to 1989, just over 3 decades after the creation of the awards, and France Football felt that annual honours weren't enough. They thought it'd be a great idea to honour the best players over the past 30 years too. For this reason, they decided to create an award so rare that it would make even the past Ballon d'Or winners jealous. And so, on the 24th of December 1989, France Football magazine handed out the very first Super Ballon d'Or award in football history. I must say, the Super Ballon d'Or award is a majestic beauty to behold. It looks pretty much the same as the regular Ballon d'Or, but it's larger in size and is wrapped around reddish looking crystals. But that's not all, as it also has many tiny gold footballs at the base. Now these tiny gold balls resemble the normal Ballon d'Or trophy you're used to seeing. And being that they're so tiny, I assume France Football wanted to clearly depict how much more superior the Super Ballon d'Or was over the other one. Well, for the fact that most fans have never witnessed the award being handed to any player, then I guess it is truly the most prestigious and rarest award in football. Now I'm sure you're dying to know the person who had the privilege and honour of becoming the first and only player to win the Super Ballon d'Or. I'm also sure you're thinking it's Pelé or Maradona, as they were arguably the 2 best players since the Ballon d'Or came into existence. However, I already mentioned that only European players could win the Ballon d'Or at the time. In fact, it wasn't until 1995 that players from other continents were included. So, neither Pelé or Maradona won the Super Ballon d'Or award, which was handed in 1989. The very first Super Ballon d'Or award went to the one and only Alfredo Di Stefano. Yeah, he's no Pelé or Maradona, but he was definitely one of the greatest players in his era and in football history. For the kids who don't know Di Stefano, he's a Real Madrid legend, as he helped the Los Blancos win as many as 7 La Liga titles and 5 European Cups, which is now known as the Champions League. He was so good in attack that he scored a whopping 308 goals in as little as 396 matches for the Spanish side. And all of this was between 1953 and 1964. Yeah, in Di Stefano's era, no attacking player in Europe was as good as he was. But this is not to say he didn't face stiff competition for the Super Ballon d'Or. Far from it, as the other nominees for the award were also soccer greats who held their own in the respective areas. These include Michael Platini, the legendary French midfielder who had won 3 straight Ballon d'Ors between 1984 and 1986. The nominees also included the iconic German defender Franz Beckenbauer, as well as the great Johan Cruyff, who also won the Ballon d'Or 3 consecutive times between 1971 and 1974. Unfortunately, for these soccer icons, it was Real Madrid's Alfredo Di Stefano that walked away with the Super Ballon d'Or that night, thanks to votes from fans, a France Football jury, and past winners of the regular Ballon d'Or. Now, no one would argue that Di Stefano wasn't a worthy winner of the rarest trophy. How do you lead the greatest club in the world to win 18 trophies in 11 years and not win the Super Ballon d'Or? Let's also give Blancos fans and other visitors the chance to feast their eyes on the rarest, most prestigious individual prize in football. Now, if you had known about the Super Ballon d'Or earlier, then perhaps you too would have flown to Madrid to catch a glimpse of it. Unfortunately, that won't be happening, because in 2021, Real Madrid shocked the world by putting up Di Stefano's Super Ballon d'Or trophy for sale. You heard me right. After Di Stefano died, and after thousands of fans had trooped in and out of the Bernabeu Museum over the years, the Spanish giants decided it was time to sell all his memorabilia, including the special trophy. Every Di Stefano artifact was auctioned at Julian's Auctions in London, and guess which of them was the most expensive? You guessed right, it was his Super Ballon d'Or trophy, which was sold for a jaw-dropping £187,500. We can't say who exactly purchased it, but whoever the person is currently has their hands on one of football's finest works of art. To be more specific, the buyer is the only person in the world to own such an artifact, and pending when the next Super Ballon d'Or award will take place, who says it can't be re-auctioned for a far higher price? If that were to happen, then you can expect bids to run into tens or maybe hundreds of millions of dollars. Speaking of the next Super Ballon d'Or awards, remember I mentioned that France Football's original plan was to give it out once every 30 years? This means that since the first award was in 1989, they should have awarded another in 2019. Unfortunately, there was no Super Ballon d'Or award that year, but all hope isn't lost just yet. We might get to see the award presented again, as there have been rumours that France Football is planning to hold another edition in 2029. And what a time it would be, as so many great players have performed wonders within the past 30 years. These include past Ballon d'Or winners Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldinho, and Ronaldo Nazario. But hey, if we're going to talk about the best players in the last 30 years, then two big names come to mind: Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. So if another Super Ballon d'Or even becomes a reality, then you can expect that one of these two will walk away with it. Both players would have been retired by 2029, which would make the awards even more interesting, as the whole world would have seen exactly how each of their careers ended. For now, Messi holds a slight edge over Ronaldo as the favourite to win the next Super Ballon d'Or, thanks to his World Cup win in 2022. Let's not forget that the Argentine holds the record for most Ballon d'Ors with a total of 7. Interestingly, Messi could actually increase his Ballon d'Or count to 8 if he wins the 2023 edition. He's clearly the favourite this year, as he has already inspired Argentina to a World Cup win, and he's currently breaking records in his first season in the MLS. But who knows? What if Ronaldo leads Portugal to World Cup glory in 2026? Sure, CR7 would have crossed the age of 40 by then, but he wouldn't be the first footballer to play in a World Cup at that age. We'll just have to wait and see what else these two great players do at the tail end of their respective careers. But wait, 2029 is still 6 years away. So who's to say younger players like Jude Bellingham or Erling Haaland wouldn't have outperformed both Messi and Ronaldo by then? Truly, the 2029 Super Ballon d'Or Awards would be great for football. But who do you think will win it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, because there's more awesome football content where this came from. See you in the next one.